Good afternoon, Gossip Talk Shows family. It's Nomsa here at Gossip Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. With me today, I have Carol Ann with me. How are you, Carol Ann?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, good, thank you.
Yeah.
So our topic today is how to foster a dynamic mindset and the benefits of doing so. Fostering a dynamic mindset involves cultivating a flexible and adaptable approach to challenges and opportunities. So today we're going to share some tips and strategies on how to develop a dynamic mindset association and the associated benefits. So Carol Ann, you chose this topic. So please, would you like to share with our audience why you chose the topic?
Certainly. It's because I was at a personal development event on Saturday, and it was about dynamic mindset, your dynamic mindset. And I thought, well, what does that mean? I mean, I had a great day, did a lot of things around that, but did I actually get to know, well, what is a dynamic mindset? How can we cultivate? How can we foster it? I just thought maybe it's a great topic to discuss here because um, our viewers might like to know more about it as well. So that's where the idea came from. And then I thought, well, okay, so what about the benefits of doing so? So let's bring that into it as well. Because dynamic mindset allows you to create interest and momentum to move forward. It doesn't have you stuck. As you know, where you've got like we've talked about growth mindset and fixed mindset before, and it's a similar thing. It's like a growth mindset, but a dynamic mindset gives you that idea. It gives you much more energy, and it allows you to sort of take those concrete steps to move your projects or ideas forward. It doesn't allow you to be blocked or stopped in any way. And I love something I read, and it's the mindset we bring into each day is critical. Ultimately, it determines whether challenging times break us or make us stronger. So again, what's challenging you? How are you looking at it? Are you looking at it in, oh, I can't do anything about this, or I'm stuck, or are you looking at it as, well, okay, so what can I learn from this? How can I move forward? What's going to make me stronger as a result of this? So that's where all that sort of came from. So what did you think about when you saw dynamic mindset?
I love that. It's a good topic, and I think it is all about embracing the change and see change as an opportunity rather than a threat. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's and also embracing new ideas, technologies, and methodologies. So it's very, very important when change appears into our lives, change, we have to see it as an opportunity to actually grow, and but sometimes it can come as a threat. So how we be able to translate it. So it's very, very important, and to actually cultivate love and learn to seek knowledge, new skills, and in various domains. Like yesterday, we had a meeting with Sai.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was just going to just sit there and listen to him talk, but his coaching style is different. You do the work. He's actually you get creative and do the work, like whatever the topic you talk about that day. So you do the work, and then he copy and paste it. They ask you questions. I've never had a coach like that where uh, you go in and they ask you questions and they put you on the test and say, okay, now go and write it down, and then bring it to me and see how you've written it. So it was a life changing for me.
Yeah, life
Uh,
changing.
Yeah, when I finish, I feel, yeah, I was like, okay, that's what life is. And I'm looking forward to growth mindset and the dynamic to understand the dynamic of it. And it
Okay.
was before I'll see it as a threat. I'll be like, this is no coaching. This is like I'm at school. I feel like I'm at
Mm,
school because it's like he's asking me to, he was asking us to write the pain point of our clients, the outcome, and then how do we solve the problem, and then he write a methodology. And I was like, I'm not doing an essay, but it was like
mm,
made me feel like, okay, I'm at school, I'm learning, so okay, let me get on with it.
mm.
So
It's
yeah,
interesting where there's that shift because it's first it's like that resistance. Oh, I'm not at school.
yeah,
But
I was
there,
like,
that's a really
okay.
fixed mindset there. There's no growth because it's like, I'm not at school anymore, so why are you treating me like it?
Oh
And
yeah, so I just
so
went,
many,
okay. I just went, okay, I'm at school now.
yeah,
I'm
but
writing an essay.
so many people just go, I've done my time at school. That's it. Don't need to do anything more. Well,
Yeah,
actually, lifelong learning is about you're constantly learning. When you just learn some very basics at school, life is a learning in itself. It's a lesson. There's much more to learn. And so that's a really fixed mindset. If you think you've got nothing more to learn, you've done school, that's it. Well, actually, the learning really starts to get going once you left school. And that's where lifelong learning comes in. That's where a dynamic mindset comes in into, well, what else is there for me to learn? You're constantly learning. That's what a dynamic mindset is. So how you can foster one is to have that thought, well, what else can I learn? How can I learn from this challenge that has arisen today? What is there for me to learn? And actually have conversations with other people about, well, what learnings have they got from courses that they've been on? Share the learnings that you've got from courses that you've been on. And at the moment, I'm just going through some videos of some talks that were from the International Kinesiology Conference last year. And I've had all this time to listen to them, and I've been listening at bits, and now all of a sudden the time's running out where I get the replay for free. And so it's like I've got to listen to all of these and get into them. But I do struggle to listen to something, and I keep getting up and coming down, and but I'm gonna, I've got still got quite a bit to listen to. But there was one that really caught my attention today. Was about um our birth and what really needs to happen so you feel part of the world, so you feel connected to, and there's a bond with your mother. And I realized as she was talking us through a process that didn't really happen for me because I was a forceps delivery. So I was forced out. It wasn't just me sort of coming out because I want to come out. I was fighting. I sort of really got back in present too. I was fighting these blooming forceps that were trying to pull me out. And so actually going back through that, where you actually get in touch with all your senses. So I was opening up my senses and thinking, wow. And then imagine sort of looking into my mum's eyes, and I sort of thought, I realized actually I was able to now see beyond her pain and scaredness of what had just happened to her. And that, yeah, there is a love there. She did want me. She does want me. I feel I belong. I just sort of really got a sense of that. And my, your, my intestines and stomach sort of settling through the process, and somehow feeling I am part of this world now. But I very nearly didn't do that process because it was like, oh, I can't do this because I was a poor sick delivery. It's not going to work for me. Can you see there's that fixed mindset? And I came back to it and I thought, no, let's work through it. And actually, something did shift. As I said, I was able to see something differently. I was able to experience it. And my inner being feels different. My insides feel different. They feel more at peace. more settled. So it's like, oh, so it's amazing what happens when you stop having that fixed mindset and you have much more dynamic growth mindset and think, well, what could possibly happen out of doing this activity? So my next step really is I'd like to get in touch with that lady, because she talks about developmental kinesiology. Well, I'm an educational kinesiologist, so we're about re-educating the body to move in a more efficient way. So bringing out learning through movement. Developmental kinesiology goes back to the development of, when you're born and all of that, and how you develop, your senses develop. So I'm going, I need to get in touch with that lady and expand my learning more about another branch of kinesiology, because kinesiology is more than just kinesiology or touch for health. There's so many different branches. So it's having that thought, or recognizing when you shut yourself down to a possibility of opening up and what could happen. So what beliefs are you running? What thoughts are you running that hold you back? And that's where a dynamic mindset, you can create that dynamic mindset by addressing those limiting beliefs, those limiting decisions that you've made, that just stop you growing forward and moving forward. So
I like it when you say what holds you back, what beliefs. It's like I was telling you my story with my university.
mm-hmm.
I'm so shocked with them.
Yeah.
Honestly, Carol, I was like, I need to do my assignment, and they failed to my assignment, but I did not do it.
You didn't do what they're accusing you of. Yeah.
No, I mean, I did not do the assignment. My tutor did the assignment for me. So it's like, but you were failing me, but he's my tutor. You know what, Carol Anna, honestly, this guy, we were like sitting there, we're doing analytics. He's asking me questions.
Mm.
But then he was asking me questions. I'm doing the work. He's asking me questions, and there's no way that the results come out straight away. So he's asking me questions, saying, Ramsa, what would you do? What do you do, like, if you were to do this? I'm like, these points, like this, like the measurement, this one, this one. I'm doing with the guy. And then when I'm doing the guy, I get the results. And then it says now you have to learn to interpret the results. So I'm interpreting the results, everything. So we've done the hard work with the guy.
Yeah.
And then I'm submitting my work there. The woman is actually not giving me the results that I want. So I'm like, you are a liar because I did not do this work myself.
Whoa, stop there, because you didn't do it yourself, but you had help. But what
Yeah,
I'm hearing
I'm
is
like,
he
yeah,
was
I'm
drawing
like,
it out from within you.
yeah, but I was laughing, Carol Ann. I was like, I honestly, when I got the results, I just laughed and I was like, what the heck is this person thinking? I was like, actually, the tutor helped me to do the work. And then
Yes.
I was like, it's making me think they're actually making money failing student for no reason. I honestly, I had to tell the truth. I had to say, I have a video proof of James helping me, but why are you failing me? And I was actually laughing instead of getting angry. I was actually laughing. I really, really laughed because the mindset is like when you talk about the mindset, what is you holding you back? I could easily actually leave the university because like now it's like making me ask questions. Are these guys really marking exams or they not? Because I can say to you that I sat there on the computer and this tutor, and when he's talking to me, I'm like, you are giving me the answers. He's giving me the answers. So it's like, I'm just gonna go ahead anyway. So I kept typing, I kept typing. And then at the end, it gives you the results anyway. So you have to interpret the results. So she's not talking about the hard work that I have done. She's actually talking about the font size, like I explained to you that my computer stopped working. And for me, when I'm doing my assignment, things get messy a bit. Like I have to do maybe 4 copies of the assignment until I get to the final one. Honestly, yeah, that's what I do.
Mm,
So, and then I send it. My computer stopped working. And then I was like, keyboard stopped working. I don't know what was going on. But then on Monday, when I went back, it was working. And she's like the fun style. She's actually not giving me the results based on the style and not be based on the hard work. But I
mm,
was laughing anyway, and I said, I've done the work, and the my computer stopped working, and I sent it away as well. Some of it I sent it away for my friend to actually copy it, and there is a proof of our conversation. It's just like when your computer stopped working, it's none of our business. So I'm like, you're gonna fail me. You're not gonna take a percentage.
mm.
It doesn't make sense to me anyway. But
How can you
it's
make it make sense? Because what can you do now to, I mean, what conversation can you have with them to say, well, what have I got to do to be able to pass this? Is there anything you can do?
is if your computer with the university, Carol Anna, if your computer, anything to do with the computer, if it stopped working, it's none of their
No,
business.
no, no, that's what I'm talking about. But she's failed
Yeah,
your that assignment, that essay that you put in. She's failed it.
yeah.
Yeah. So what does that mean for you? What can you now do? Is there a way that you can do something that they can then pass it?
Oh no, I keep writing to everybody, different department, and they keep coming to me, the font size. They keep coming to me, the style and the font size, that the style and the font size is not the same. So that means this work might not be the original work. So I'm like sending them like the proof of how I write my
But how can you
assignment.
prove that it is the original work? How
It's
can you?
because I have lots of copies. So I send lots of copies. This is how I write. How I
Okay.
write my assignment, Carol, and I have to have 3 different
Yeah.
documents
Okay.
until I get to the final one. Then I have to do the font size at the end.
Yeah.
It's not what I think about when I'm doing my work. The font size is I do it to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
end. But one of the tutor did mark the other one, and the other one is refusing to mark it. The other one, they it's okay. They've dealt with it. But then I'm saying this is the same university. Why are you refusing? So because there's different examiner. So this one is
Mm.
refused and that one is refused. But I'm still laughing at it.
Yeah. I hear
And
you.
it's
Yeah.
the only thing that makes me laugh is this game with the tutor. The tutor, my tutor, helped me to do the hard work. And this is the most
Mm,
challenging thing that you can ever do. Is like you have to do the measurement, you have to do the interview, and
mhm,
when you do the interview, you have to come up with the questions. And when you finish the questions, now you have to go use the software. And
mm,
that is not an easy work. It's just, and then you have to read the results, like the interpret the results come out, and then you have to read it, like the meaning, like putting the numbers.
mm.
What do the numbers? So I've done all that, put the numbers, the results.
Yeah.
She's not acknowledging it. She's annoying me with the font size, which
Okay.
is, but I'm laughing now. But while I was
Mm,
talking to my other tutor, I said to her, I'm not sure if I want to continue with this. She was like, what is happening? I was like, I'm not sure if because to me it feels like a lie. Doesn't feel genuine.
okay. So what if you were to apply a dynamic mindset to this
Yeah.
rather than maybe a fixed one of like, oh, I'm getting a sense there's some fixation on
Yeah.
something rather than allowing that to go and go right, okay, what can I do? How can I move this forward? What conversations can I have? How can I talk with them differently? Or there's something. So what
There's this
maybe
part
just
that
take
they
a breath
like.
a moment and let everything just
Yeah.
go. And then just let's just waft your hands around like this for a minute. Just waft your
But they're
hands around.
lying.
Just maybe that, and then that's your interpretation. They're
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah.
They said what they said, and you're making it mean something.
Yeah, I'm not putting a meaning to it, Kero, but to
You
me
have
it's
put
so
a meaning to it.
funny.
You said they're lying. They're saying what they're saying. It's not, that's their truth. This is their
I
truth.
even spoke to one of
Yeah.
the team, and she's like, "This does not make sense, Nomsa." But I can see it doesn't make. Even her, she said it
Mm-hmm.
does not make sense. She
Okay.
said it's the same place, the same university. It does
Yeah.
not make sense. They've marked some of the work. They've given you the results, and
Mm,
some of it they are refusing. It does not make sense.
no.
But for me, I'm like, I now I've asked them to speak to my tutor. I've asked them to speak to James because he
Okay.
did all the hard work
Yeah.
with me, like he
He
helped me.
worked with
I
you.
did,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I did
So
the
he can
work with him.
confirm that. He can confirm that.
Yeah. But there's
Okay.
this part that makes me laugh that they're liars.
So how about let's just
So I'm
gobbing that
actually
they're
I'm
liars.
embracing failure as an opportunity, Carol Adam.
Yes, that's the dynamic mindset. You're embracing failure or as an opportunity.
And
It's feedback.
I'm feeling more comfortable receiving that feedback because I've been talking I've been talking to the cheaters and they're giving
Yeah.
me feedback and I'm just so laughing because the feedback is not something to do with my assignment. The feedback is like we need to speak to them. One of them now is going to speak to them, but for me,
Yeah.
it's like I'm embracing the laughing because to me I'm laughing, but at the same time it feels like I don't think I can do all that hard work again because it's something that I've already done it, but I can simply do it. But that means that the question will be different. That means I have to go back and do it. Now I can do it very easy because I have already done it.
Done it. Yeah.
I don't
So can
really
you
want
hear
to.
that? Hear those words? Because I know it
Yeah.
just sort of, again, just massaging around the ears just helps you to hear things a bit more clearly. I heard you say, "Oh, I don't think I could do that," and sometimes you sink into that. Well, that is sort of a fixed mindset that holds you back.
I
That
can do it
dynamic mindset.
100%, but my question now is why do I have to redo it again?
Yeah.
Why do I have to redo it again? While the poor guy, actually, when you ask for these tutors, sometimes they give you, he didn't have the time. And it was like, no, so I can just fit you in one of my evening. And then we're
Yeah.
sitting
Yeah.
there on the computer. The poor guy could be spending time with his family, is spending time with
She
me.
spent time with you. Okay.
Yeah. So and then they were like, that was like, no, James is my witness. I'm calling him out to come and testify on my behalf, and while I'm embracing the failure. But I'm hoping that they're gonna fix it.
Mm.
But if they don't fix it, it doesn't matter. You know me, if
Mm.
they don't fix it, you know about it. I'll make a video about it later.
So where's the prayers going? Where are you asking for divine intervention here?
I'm
Someone
actually
to clear because there's communication. It's like there's a block in communication.
I actually
So
my prayer is
yeah.
showing me that is showing me that actually my tutor is not actually marking the
Mm-hmm.
Holy Spirit is showing me that she did not mark that essay. Lucifer is just playing my mind because I refuse to join him. So he just goes, because I told you about Open University that they sent me the essay as well. And I said to them, I did not write the essay with you. They sent me the results. So why are they sending me the results if I did not sit them down?
Mm. I'm getting a sense of there's cloudiness in communication. There's something happening that isn't clear, and I think it's actually getting that clarity of communication. It's being clear. It's understanding where they're coming from. It's helping them to understand where you're coming from, so that you can get something clear, so that you can move forward and pass the assignment and carry on. How
Yeah, but
much longer have you got with this
have you
course?
ever been in a situation where you go to a company? That's why I have a policy in my company. I have a policy where I say if a client is not happy with something, before they file a complaint or do anything, is on the contract actually, please do see me first, talk to me first.
Okay.
Because I know that the people that sometimes when you speak to somebody, people don't get what you're going through. They get stuck with the policies and with these things, like they see one point of view, not the second one. So in my policy with my clients, I've put that if you feel unsatisfied with the Hope Spring Eternally Introduction Agency, please, before you can make a complaint or write a review, if I have not served you or if you've been served by somebody else, please do see me so I can see how I can help you or I can refund you your money. Because I do understand that sometimes it is because what I've been through, where sometimes I go through challenges and you try to talk to people within that place, department, and they don't want to hear it. To them, they see it has to be one-sided story. So those are the things that I am learning. That's why of course, the talk show is like one day it will become a university, but a university that will give all students freedom. Like you have to listen to them because everyone has a story. When somebody wants to talk to you, they're going through challenges. You can't stay in that one mindset to say my decision stands. You got to sit down and listen to somebody. And when you do listen to somebody, and then you take other things, you go and make a decision. But it is the listening where when you talk to them, they've already made up their mind. But I'm not giving up. I'm still speaking, trying to get to somebody. Yeah, I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
And I'm learning it at the same time because I have my own business. I am learning at the same time that this is what my clients feels if they're not being listened. I'm writing things down in my diary that my experience with other companies, that this is what I'm learning. This is how, when I don't do this to somebody, this is how I'm making them feel. So all of those things that I'm learning to actually improve my business and improve and just listening, the power of listening.
It's very powerful.
Yeah,
But
it's very,
also
very powerful.
asking questions.
Yeah, and the
Asking
power of
better
asking
questions. Because if you
questions.
don't get an answer that you want first time, you just ask a better question.
Yeah,
It's not about going, oh, well, that's it. They give me an answer and I'm stuck. It's not. It's like, okay, so I asked this question. What would be a better question to ask?
yeah,
What else could I ask? And it's always about going back and asking better questions until you get the answer that you're
yeah,
after or the understanding that you're after. And
yeah,
that was something that I found I could never do at school. At school, I was always, in my reports, they would say she needs to ask more. And I never sort of was able to ask. It's like I couldn't formulate the question. I would end up, I would just sit and sort things out for myself. But when I did my English language A level, because with all the training that I'd had in neurolinguistic programming, with brain gym, with all sorts of other things as well, what I discovered was I was more able to just sit with the tutor, no mind the rest of the class, and very often they didn't understand either, but I would keep questioning until I got an understanding of what it was she was asking us to do or what it was I didn't understand. And I just keep asking another question and a better question. But I also had more understanding of the languaging techniques to elicit an answer, which is really what NLP is about. It's about asking a question that will enable you to get an answer. So that was something that really I found very powerful with doing that English language A level, because that was something that I thought that I was not capable of doing, or being able to work through it, or let alone pass it. But because of the training that I'd had and the different learnings, I was able to sit and just keep plugging away at it, use the skills that I had. If I got stuck at home, I'd
Yeah.
do some brain gym movements or balances or touch for health or do some NLP processes, something that would just move me forward from where I was. And I passed it. I was just like, wow, for me, that was something huge in my life. And so it's embracing those challenges and recognizing where you're saying, I can't do this, I can't. That was something I found when I was in hospital, and I would hear myself, when the first one, I sort of, they're trying to get me up out of bed, and I go, I can't do this. And I go, Caroline, stop it. Pull yourself together. Yes, you can. And it's just snapping out of it. It's recognizing what you're saying or just shifting those words. It's like, okay, I can't do this yet. Allows for that knowing that you will be able to do it. Whereas if you say, I can't do this, I can't do this, you totally stopped yourself. You'll never get there. So that's another way of fostering a dynamic mindset, is listening to what you're saying, shifting it. Just where are you saying, I can't do this, I can't do this, and you can feel that you're just holding yourself in a space. Just go, enough. I can't do it yet. Yes, I can. Pull yourself together and have a go. Just have another go. And every time I would do it, and so even now, when I was asked to do, I was given a walking regime from the vascular doctor to sort of help an issue that I've got with my foot, from being in hospital and wearing the pressure socks that I had on. I had them on for far too long. And I've got pins and needles and tightness in my ankle, and it is easing a bit. But she's asked to, sorry, I go back. They did an ultrasound to check that the blood is flowing through my legs and down to my feet. And she said it is, but in my left ankle and foot, there's a slight constriction of the artery. So then she's given me this walking regime to do, 20 minutes a day for 2 weeks, then 30 minutes a day for 2 weeks, and then 40 minutes a day for 2 weeks, and then an hour a day. And I'm going, every day, an hour? What? And then continue. She said, yeah. And I'm going, I can't. And I could feel myself sinking in. That little girl wanted to cry. And I realized what it stopped me doing was asking questions that I wanted to ask. Because when I got outside, it's like, oh, I didn't ask her this and I didn't ask that, because I didn't actually ask her what's the benefit she's looking for from me working, doing all this walking.
Yeah.
And then she'll see me again in 4 to 6 months' time. But what I did, I got thinking about it, and I thought, well, actually, I'm going to shift this around, because I'm wanting to be more active. I wanted to get more fit.
Yeah.
And the amount of stiffness that I have in my body, I'll do some walking and I'll go in and I'll sit down. And every time I sit down, I stand up and I'm like, oh, my body is just stiffened up. So I'm thinking, well, maybe doing this walking every day will help to just strengthen and loosen up and lessen the stiffening that happens when I do relax and sit down. So I'm shifting it around to making it work for me in a different way. So I think that's
So is your
where,
machine like a treadmill?
but I haven't got a treadmill, but I'm just going out for a walk is nice because it's fresh air, and actually getting out, I think for me is far more beneficial than just standing on a treadmill. To me, that's monotonous. I wouldn't do it, because I realized something else she said was, I want you to recognize, be aware of what's happening with your leg and your ankle and foot, and notice at what point you perhaps get some pain or some stiffness, or your calf tightens. So is it at the same point as you're walking each day? So it's doing the same route, but it's recognizing along that route. So I thought, okay, let's play with it and see what happens. But certainly that has made me actually start it. I started it yesterday. I still got today's to do, but I can fit it in. And yeah, it just, it's not making somebody else wrong or negating them. It's like, okay, I don't fully understand why she's asked me to do this, but something in me has made her ask it. And I've been asking, I can't go swimming yet because I've still got a dressing on my bottom from the pressure sore. So I can't go swimming yet. And I want to do swimming. Well, and I said I will walk daily. I haven't been getting out every day. I've got out most days and just walk round to the local shop. But this is a much more stricter regime. So this is going to make me do it daily. So actually, it's in response to a goal I set at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Actually walk daily. So, and maybe increase it each time. So let's see how it goes and what happens. But certainly that's again how you can foster that dynamic mindset. And the benefit of it is that it helps you move forward. It helps you to have a healthier mindset and feel more at peace rather than the angst and the anguish and I'm fighting something, because that's where you get illness in your body.
Yeah.
When you can be at peace, things flow more easily. Things open up, conversations open up. And people come into your life amazingly that suddenly, wow, they add another dimension, help you move forward. Conversations open up. So let's see how you can move this forward, Nomsa, with university and embracing that challenge, as you say. It's failure is just feedback. It's a learning experience.
Sometimes, Caroline, I just look at people, I'm like, he's wasting my time. This person is wasting my time. I could be doing this, I could be doing other things. But I guess that's the journey. I'm learning from all these things. When things are happening, sometimes I learn. And I find that I find myself getting creative and using my creative thinking.
Brilliant.
And using that to actually help others.
So it's not wasting your time, is it?
Yeah.
It's actually quite a creative use of your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just when you hear yourself saying that, just shift it. Yeah. Because you've actually, from what I'm hearing you say, you actually got a lot of use out of it, creative use.
Yeah, getting creative thinking is very positive. Thinking is very, very important.
Yeah.
And getting creative and finding solutions in the process.
Yeah.
That is, and embracing everything and improving my self-esteem, because like, it is the only thing that I worked so hard. If I can tell you the time that I've put in that work, I put so much time. And when everybody else is watching TV, I just do my work and just going back and just checking and double checking. And then if somebody comes back and tells me otherwise, that's okay. I guess that's part of life. That's why we have to go through that in order for us to succeed in life, to get to where we need to be. We have to go through those processes. But now she's made me realize, definitely I've got to have my university. Definitely, that is a definite. Honestly, she's made me realize that, okay, this is how for all. And so she's made me actually realize, but I'm learning from them, and which is good, because I'm learning that if I was to have a student, what would I be? How would I treat them? How would I treat all these things? How would I deal with these things? So all those things I'm learning. And for me, I ask the questions, Carol, and I actually ask, I'm like, okay, if you can't help me, is there anybody else that can help me?
Yeah.
And you find that sometimes they send you to the wrong place, but that's okay. And also, when when we talk about embracing failure, embracing challenges, every person that succeeds in life, or they have a story behind it. There's a story behind that they tell, and that the things that motivated them. But for me, now I'm doing some research. Like I was talking to ChatGTP, it was like, how can I actually do the work without having, and it was giving me some ideas here. You can do this. So I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to ask them as well other options that I have, because I feel that there's some things that I've seen at other universities leaving, but I did not realize it, why they are leaving. You know, when somebody you're in the group and then they ask the questions and they say this, they say that. It's like I'm here at Ngosi Talk Shows, I'm a coach. And if somebody client comes in, the thing that I have learned is not to be too passionate about your work, is to actually be in the present moment and just help that person from the bottom of your heart and coach them, so that when they go, they actually coach others. Because there are some coaches, they get so passionate about it, how much it results, how many people they have helped. But for me, when I come in, I always look at the situation and like, how can I help this person? Or can I help them? Or can I not? If I can't help them, that's when I refer them to other people. Uh, Mostly based on the mindset, because the mindset is everything, really, really everything. Like if I believe that I can do things, I can do things. And if I believe that, and whatever I believe, that beliefs it becomes reality. I don't know about you, Kiro Ann.
Oh,
So
definitely,
if I
definitely.
believe
What you
in my
believe. Yeah,
abilities,
yeah.
and I believe in my intelligence, that my intelligence can actually develop through dedication and hard work. And uh, and that's why I'm actually laughing, because I'm like, my abilities. I had to pray to God to open the realms, and so I can actually write and my intelligence so that it can improve. But then here is my situation. But I feel that because of the decision that I've made, my life is being tested. It's either I scream at the university or I threaten them, but I don't do all that myself. Me, I just laugh. So I'm just laughing because I'm manifesting. So I feel that it's something to do with the decision that I made, that my life is being tested. God is testing me. Uh, How do I handle this situation? But handling it, I have to handle it the right way. But at the same time, he will not want me to just believe in him and not do anything. He want me to ask questions. He want me to have an understanding of where I'm going and where I stand with the certain things. So those are the things that I am aware that I need to ask the questions. I need to be in the present moment. I need not to come to a place of blame. That's why I laugh. I don't
Yeah.
need to blame. I need to
Nope.
come to a place where I'm genuinely seeking and understanding something. And if I can't, just as Carol Ann say, I have to embrace that failure and just look at what am I learning in that situation and use that skill to actually help me to move forward. Because when I'm working with somebody, I like to work and I like to ask the questions. Even in my at home, people, my family, they know that I like to ask the questions. And if I don't get my way, it doesn't bother me either. If that person is not about winning, like right now when I'm talking to uni, it's not about me making them wrong. It's about me not understanding, because there is a part of me that does not understand.
Yeah.
I need them to make me understand, because I'm like, yes, I did the work, I did all the right things. But when something it just stop working, sometimes you have to have this understanding. When I was going through um the human blood sacrifice, what I came to an understanding is when I was talking to my family, there was this thing where, okay, there's some things that, like with family, like when somebody says we love you, we are this. But then when you have a problem, they want you to pretend that your life is wonderful. But life is not wonderful. Life is not wonderful. If I'm going through something, I have to
Mm-hmm.
express it that I'm going through something.
Mm-hmm.
So I've learned that the hard way, that is sometimes in life, you have to take a stand and you have to learn to fight the battles, and fighting the battles and fight them in a place of love
Mm,
and compassion. And at the same time, the mindset is very, very, very important. The mindset. So to me, those are the things that I value the most. That mindset is very important, and not blaming people is very, very important. And you've walked with me, Carol Ann,
mm,
and you know that when things get tough, I ask questions.
mm-hmm.
And when I ask questions, I find a solution, then I move on.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I do.
Mm. There's something that you said that's just triggered a thought in me as well. There's just a quote here I
Yeah,
want to share. First of all, it says, powerful change happens when you take control of the things you have power over,
yeah,
instead of craving control of the things you do not.
yeah.
Now, it's just a sentence that you said that I think if you were to just change it, because it actually relies on them doing something. And what you said is, I need them to make me understand. So that is reliant on them making you understand. You can't control that, but what you can control is, again, it goes back to questioning. It's like, how can I get them to help me to understand? You're taking control of it. How can I help them to help me to understand?
I've helped them.
Okay, again, you've helped them. How
Yeah.
else can I help them? Because I'm still not understanding. If you can keep it coming back to yourself, again, it comes back to what other question? What question haven't I asked yet? What way could I now ask a question, or what different question could I ask? So that you're constantly empowering them to help you to understand. Whereas if you're leaving it at, I need them to make me understand, you're leaving it solely at their doorstep. There's no empowerment there. There's a make. They've got to make me. Well, how about you empowering them to help you understand? Can you feel there's a different dynamic there? You're in control. You've got the power. And I think that's more of a dynamic mindset than expecting someone else to do it.
Oh no, I know
Yeah.
I have the power and I know I have a choice, but
Yeah.
sometimes,
I think it's just listening to what
yeah,
you say, because
yeah.
that in itself, it's that underlying, it's what we don't realize how we're thinking. We say something and it comes out and it's like, oh, that holds it in a space of it's someone else's responsibility rather than
Oh
their
yeah, I
own.
do I believe when it comes to life, I believe
Mm,
that I do my own part,
you
but
do. And that's
I cannot change somebody else, how they are, how they
no,
want to react, how they want to
no,
respond to me.
no.
And I'm
You can
also
change
okay.
how you are questioning them and what you're questioning
Yeah,
them
I
about.
can change that.
Yeah.
But there's what I've learned with these people is sometimes you ask questions,
Mm-hmm.
and when you ask questions, because they already have the answers, they've made a decision in their head, they've already made a decision. Because I said to my tutor, how can they make a decision based on what they think that's what it is? But what about my story? Where does my story fit in? Because this is my story. This is how I do things. And for me, I don't like people who assume. That's why I never assume. I don't know if you listened to my audio with Grant when I was asking questions. I always have to go back when I read something.
Mm-hmm.
I always have to go back and ask the person and say, you put this here. What does that mean? So that we both know where we stand.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that person clarifies, then I'm okay with that. And then I know, but I never ever assume that I know what is going on, because that destroys relationships. It destroys even with my children. I never assume that I hear people saying, I know my children very well. I'm like, I know part of, for me, I'm like, I know part of my children, but I really don't know what they're thinking. Because sometimes my daughter, she's 8, she comes home and she says, Mommy, I've been very stressed today. I'm looking at her, I'm like, what are you stressed about? And then she started explaining to me. So I have to take it really serious, Carol Ann, when she's explaining to me.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm looking at her, I'm like, when I was at your age, I didn't have no clue what stress is about.
That's the difference there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so she comes and tells me, she'll be like, Mommy, I've been really stressed today. And I'm like, yeah, what happened? And then she'll be telling me, so I have to listen, I have to take it very serious, because it's how she's feeling. I cannot assume that, oh, well, I know my children very well, because at the end of the day, I don't. I know part of it, but what is in their heart is 5 past Carol Ann. We have anything that we have to add to this thing?
Um, there was there's one thing I found from Mastering Law of Attraction. Begin your day with an I get to mentality instead of I have to thought process. I get to go to work. I get to have a busy day. I get to sort out how I can finish my university course. We often dress our opportunities as stress, but they are in fact blessings.
I'll take that.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'll
love
take
that.
that definitely.
Yeah. So if you wake up in the morning thinking, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that, change it around. I get to do this and I get to do that. Okay. Can you feel the difference?
Yeah.
So that's how you can foster, or that's one way you can foster a dynamic mindset. And the benefit will be your own mental state, your own emotional state, and the way the day shows up for you. So, yeah, thank you. What
Yeah,
about
I
you?
would definitely do that. For me, is resilience, build the resilience to cope with setbacks and overcome obstacles, enhance problem solving, like Kiro Ann was saying, increase your confidence by like working on your abilities to tackle new challenges that come your way, and just build a stronger relationship with people around you, and innovation as well, foster a culture of innovation, encouraging creative thinking, develop new ideas and solutions to address evolving challenges. Because challenges like right now, when I'm talking about challenges with my university, it's a challenge that it will be sorted in the end, but it's a challenge. I'm laughing about it anyway. But I know that is going to be fixed, it's going to be sorted out. But some people, they don't sort it out. They actually walk away from problems. So you don't have to walk away from problems. It's just dealing with them and learn the skills from that situation. What skills are you learning, and stay in the present moment? Like Kero Ani were asking me, what am I learning through? Because at the same time I'm praying, and I think for me, it's something that I see that my prayer is talking to me. that there's some things that I need to deal with. So, which is learning to stay calm and stay in the present moment. And I am also learning to the skills to deal with the challenges coming my way. But at the same time, I am laughing about it. Honestly, Carol, and when somebody just comes in and tells me something, if I know that, I'm like, liar. They lie, that is a lie. So that's how I deal with things. But in the end, I think I should have been a lawyer. That would have been
Oh, that would be interesting.
yeah, it would have been very interesting. Yeah, but
yeah.
the attitude that I have when it comes to life, I don't give up on things. And I just keep going. And I know that because I'm manifesting, the challenges are going to be presented to me. And for God to see that how am I dealing with those challenges? And the universe is testing me as well. So I'm aware of all those things that when I'm asking big, that means that there are going to be problems that come my way. So I need to learn how to deal with those problems and dealing with the problems that are presented in life. So you can, guys, if you're watching this video, please um, follow us on our YouTube channel, be part of, subscribe to our channel, be part of the family. And also we have a Ngozi Talk Shows page and a Unique Billionaire Mindset page. Please do go to that page and follow us, or you can join our groups, Unique Billionaire Mindset and Ngozi Talk Show group. And there's a page, there's lots of pages. Page goes the talk show page and Hope Spring Eternal Introduction page, and just follow us. Also go to our website. If you want coaching, please do coaching. And guys, I am definitely, when this thing with the university is over, I'm going to make a video how I deal with the challenges. And I'm promised to be as honest as possible. Oh yeah, those who are following me, they know that my life is so straightforward. I just say as it is. So how I'm going to solve it, I'll make a video later and show it, explain how I've been able to tackle the problems. If I get stuck, Carol Ann is going to motivate me.
Absolutely.
Live with grace, everyone, and God bless.